All right, here we go. Question number 12, version 1 from our college algebra homework number 1 in ALEKS. We have a piecewise function they want us to evaluate. Before I start working on this, let's copy this over into our scratch work and mention a couple of things. First of all, this stuff here at the back, where all of the inequalities are, I call this the test zone. Because any value that you want to calculate in this function, you're going to have to test it to see where to put it. And we have 3 parts to use depending on what value of x you have. All right, so back at our problem, we can see the first value we need to find is g of 2. So in our scratch work, g of 2 would be, well, we don't know until we check to see which piece to plug into. So for whichever inequality is true, that indicates the piece that we will do. And the first thing we need to ask is 2 less than -1? Is that true? If it's not, then we're not going to use that piece. Okay, at the bottom we could say, is 2 greater than or equal to 4? Well, that's not true, so that's not what we're going to do, which means that the middle piece is probably true. And we can see that 2 does fall in between -1 and 4. And so this is the piece of the function we need to plug into, giving us 2 squared plus 3, which is 4 plus 3, which is 7. And that would be the first answer to our problem. So let's go to ALEKS, input a 7, and move on. We've got 5 pieces, okay? So strap in. Here we go. G of -2. G of -2. Which piece is going to be true? Let's see. -2 is less than -1. Yes, that is true. And so this is what we do. So g of -2 will be -5 times -2 plus 6. You see I replaced x with -2, and then I need to work that out. So -5 times -2 is +10, plus 6 is 16, and that's going to be our answer for part 2, 16. Next, we need g of -1. G of -1. Where is -1 true? Well, right here, because if we replace x with -1 in the middle piece, we can see -1 is less than or equal to -1. It is equal, so that is true, and so this is what we do. By the way, I might mention that negative numbers need to go in parentheses, especially when there's an exponent involved. So that's going to be -1 squared plus 3. -1 squared is 1. Plus 3 is 4. And so 4 is going to be our next answer. Plugging in a 4. Moving on to part 4 is g of 4. All right, so g of 4. Where is 4 true? Right here, because 4 is greater than or equal to 4 is true. Notice that there is no x to plug into. And so that value is just going to be 5. And we plug in a 5. Moving to 5, that is also going to be 5. Let me explain why. Notice that the piecewise function says for any x greater than or equal to 4, your y is going to be 5. So since 5 is greater than or equal to 4, then our y is going to be 5. And now all we need to do is click check and see if we're right. And we are. And so that's going to do it for this problem. If you have any questions or comments about anything covered in this video, please feel free to leave those in the comment section below, or you can text me. And thanks for watching.